Good evening, and thank you for joining us. We're going to begin tonight with significant and positive new numbers showing a dramatic turn in the fight against the coronavirus nationwide. As we come on the air tonight, the U.S. has reached a 7-month low in new infections of the virus. Hospitalizations and deaths are also down significantly. And in some areas that were once overwhelmed by COVID, including parts of California, vaccinations are so far up and cases so far down, some communities may reach herd immunity. And with the FDA expected to authorize Pfizer's vaccine for children 12 and older in the coming days. Well, today, the Secretary of Education said he expects schools across the country to be fully reopened in September. Still, while infections are dropping, so are the number of people getting vaccinated. In just 1 week, the rate of Americans getting their first shot has dropped by nearly 25%. And tonight, that is forcing cities and states to come up with new and creative incentives, from cold beer to cold hard cash, to encourage vaccinations. We're going to have more on that in just a moment. But first, CBS's Carter Evans is going to lead off our coverage tonight from Pasadena, California. Good evening, Carter.
Norah, good evening. We've just learned that 45% of eligible Americans have received at least one dose of the vaccine. That means it's safer to reopen. And in Los Angeles, they're expanding capacity for bars, gyms, and amusement parks. We are inching closer to normalcy in California. Tonight, across the country, cases and deaths plummet to the lowest point in months as reopenings rocket. Los Angeles County now has the fewest restrictions since the pandemic began.
People come and say, thank God you are open. I said, no, thank God you are here.
Just 4 months ago, hospitals here were overwhelmed. In early January, LA County averaged more than 16,000 cases a day. On Wednesday, fewer than 300, a 98% drop. California now has the lowest rate in the nation of new COVID cases, and San Francisco could be on the verge of herd immunity. What does that mean for people in the community?
It means that hopefully we'll be the city that keeps on easing our restrictions. Come to San Francisco. Let's go to an inside restaurant. So it really is a very safe city for COVID-19 with such low cases, high rates of vaccination.
While 41% of the nation's adults are now fully vaccinated, in San Francisco, it's 51%. And almost 3/4 of people there have received at least one dose. And tonight, there are other hopeful signs the country is turning the corner. A new study found Pfizer's vaccine is 90% effective against the UK variant now dominant in the U.S. And next Wednesday, a CDC advisory panel could recommend Pfizer's vaccine for use in kids ages 12 to 15. Back in California, once a COVID epicenter, now perhaps showing the country the way out.
Even though we're opening up and more mingling, our cases are still staying low. That's what vaccination immunity to a pathogen does.
So it's working.
It's working. It's going to work in the rest of the country, too.
There is also some sobering news tonight. A new study from the University of Washington said there could be about 900,000 or more COVID deaths right here in the U.S. That is 57% more than the official number, and researchers say it's based on an analysis of deaths that were not previously linked to COVID. Norah?
Carter Evans, thank you.